right? It will enable the communication between two different logical networks. So the main purpose of the router, it will enable the communication between two different logical networks, right? Clear? And best path determination. Path determination. That means, so it is going to send the data shortest path. So through shortest path, okay? Clear guys? Best path determination. So this router also, it will maintain the routing table internally. Clear guys? Router is an intelligent device. It will maintain the routing table, right? And the main purpose of the router, so it will enable the communication between the excuse me guys, two different logical networks, right? Clear? Let's see guys here. The main purpose of the router, it will enable the communication between two different logical networks. So Q hang over, right? So guys, this is a router. It's router symbol. This router, what it will do in the sense, it will enable the communication between two different logical networks, not physical networks, guys. Guys, this is one physical network, right? Legacy network. Okay. So without logical, guys, give me 1 minute. Right. Okay. So this is one physical network, guys. If you're having the physical network, that is not enough. So you are unable to send the data from one mission to another mission if you're having the physical network. So we should have the logical network. That is called IP addressing, right? So if you're having the IP address, then only we can able to send the data from this network, this mission to this mission in this network. Clear, guys? Okay. So now this is one logical network and this is another logical network. This is 192.168.1.0 and there's a 10.0.0.0. So both are different networks. Both are different networks. To enable the communication between those both the networks, in the sense, we should have the one device called router. Then only we can able to enable the communication. So between those both the networks. I hope you got it, guys. Okay. So now path determination. Path determination. Say this diagram. For example, so we'll have the NIT branch in Hyderabad as well as in Chennai. So this is Hyderabad network and it's a Chennai network. Clear, guys? So Hyderabad network having few missions and switch, it's an infrastructure of Hyderabad. So this is an infrastructure of Chennai network. Now we need to communicate from Hyderabad to Chennai. I need to send the data from Hyderabad to Chennai, right? So this is WAN connectivity, guys. This is a WAN connectivity and those all routers, right? So now Hyderabad network guys, in Hyderabad branch people, they're sending the data to the Chennai network now. So from mission 1, he's trying to sending the data to the Chennai network. So the mission 1, it is sending the data to the switch, right? The switch, it is going to carry forward the data to the router. This router, it will decide the best path to reach the destination. Got it, guys? So which one is the best path according to this diagram? Which one is the best path, guys? This route or this route? So this one is a best path because while you are trying to traveling from Hyderabad to Chennai, we'll have the two different ways, guys. One is in Vijayawada, Guntur, way, and another one is Tirupati route will have. So which one is the shortest route? Always Tirupati route is the shortest route because we'll have the only one stop there, right? And then so it's a little bit long. Clear? So the router, what it will do in a sense, while you are trying to sending the packet from one network to another network, router, it will decide which one is the best path to reach the destination, shortest path. That is called path determination. So how the router, it is going to define the best path in a sense with the help of routing protocols. Clear, guys? With the help of routing protocols. Example, RIP. So RIP means what you are thinking, that is not okay. So RIP means routing information protocol. Clear? RIP means routing information protocol. So EIGRP, enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. Enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. RIP full form, routing information protocol, and EIGRP full form, enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. OSPF full form, open shortest path first. Open shortest path first, OSPF. Clear? With the help of those protocol, the router, it will decide the best path to send the data to reach the destination, right? So for example, if you're configuring the RIP in this router, the RIP, what it will do in the sense, it is going to send the data, depends on hop count. Hop means next router. This is a one hop and this is one more hop. So hop count, right? So now, so we'll have the only one hop here. So RIP, it will decide this is the best path to send the data. Clear? If you configure the EIGRP, enhanced interior gateway routing protocol, this EIGRP, how it is going to decide to send the data to the Chennai network in a sense, depends on bandwidth. If you having the more bandwidth this side, this EIGRP, it will decide this is the best path to reach the destination. I hope you got it, guys. So depends upon routing protocol, the router, it will decide the best path, right? So EIGRP, how it is going to send the data, how it is deciding the best path with the help of bandwidth. If you having the more bandwidth this side, now the EIGRP, it will decide this is the best path to reach the destination. OSPF, it's a successor of RIP, guys. It's a successor of RIP. Clear? I hope you got it. So we are not going to configure all the protocols into the one router. We are going to configure only one protocol according to our requirement. Okay. So this router automatically, it is going to capture the neighbor's routing address. It will maintain into the routing table. I hope you got it, guys. So neighbor's router address automatically it will capture and it is going to maintain into the routing table. Clear? Yes, no, right. So now we send the data to the Chennai network. In Chennai network, so we are trying to sending to the mission 1. So who is going to send to the mission 1, guys? Routed protocols, they are going to send to the mission 1. Routed protocols. Example, IP, Internet Protocol, IPX, AppleTAC. IP in normal computers, IPX, IBM, AppleTAC in Apple computers. I hope you got it, guys. So IP addresses, with the help of this IP address, we are going to share the data. What happened? I hope you're clear, guys. So with the help of IP addresses, we are going to send the data. Clear? So IP addresses means routed protocols. So the routed protocol, it is going to share the data to the in between the missions in a network. Clear? I hope you got it about routers. So how it will be looking, let's say I'll show you a few images from the internet. IPX Internet Work Packet Exchange. IPX and IBM computers, guys. Right? So let's see here how the router it will be looking. Anyway, you are not going to use the physical routers and those all stuff because everybody they have the cloud enrollment nowadays. That means virtual routers will have. In AWS, which service it is going to act like as a router, guys? Huh? Yes. Who is going to decide the route in AWS while you try to route 53? Router and route 53 ana? Huh? VPC, right? So in VPC, which one it is going to decide the best path and to send the data from one mission to another mission? Security groups. That's it, na? So if you didn't add the protocol into the security group, how you are going to access this like EC2 instance, guys? Right? We are going to create one routing table. Right? We are going to create one routing table. Usually, if you send the data from one network to another network, so we should configure the one routing table, right? How you are going to create the VPC? वो दूसरे तरफ जा रहा है, right? So let's see here. How you are going to create the VPC, guys? So we should go to the VPC service. Then first of all, we need to create one VPC, something XYZ VPC. Then subnets we need to create. So create one subnet that is enough. Okay. And then internet gateway we need to create. So after completing the internet gateway, we need to create the routing table. Here the routing table, it will work like as a router. It will decide the route, na? In the name itself only, sorry, I said like security group. Security group, it's like it will act like as a firewall. Sorry. Security group, it will act like as a firewall. Sorry, guys. Okay. Actually, I said the security group is a routing table. Routing table, the routing table, it is going to act like as a router. That is a virtual router, right? So you are getting the internet means if you need to add that internet gateway into the routing table, then only you will get the internet connectivity. Then only you can able to access the EC2 instance from the VPC. Otherwise, got it now, right? Completed VPC. अगर नहीं पढ़े आप लोग, हाँ? So this is a router. So this is a front view and it's a back view. So these are Cisco routers. Clear? Okay. So I hope you're clear. From routers onwards, we are going to use the IP addresses. Okay, routed protocols. I hope you're clear. So this is all basics, guys. At least you should know like about routers and about switches and about hubs. The minimum thing we should know. So as a administrator, right? So anyway, in your AWS cloud, in your Azure cloud, you will have the virtual routers, you will have the virtual switches and those all stuff. That is a different story, right? Security group is a firewall. Okay. And routing table is, it will act like as a router. So routing table, it will decide the route. Clear? Right. So Cisco router does have series. Yeah, we'll have the number of the series in Cisco routers. So different types of series will have. You can search into the Google, you will get. So you need to know the series and those all stuff. You should join CCNA, right? So here just I'm trying to providing the basic information. So that's it. We are not discussing in-depthly about routers. If you are discussing about routers, how to configure the routers and those all stuff, that is not a Linux class. That is a CCNA class, right? Okay. So let's see guys here. So we'll start IP addresses now. So first of all, why we need IP address? So why we require IP addresses? IP addresses. So why we require IP address? Without IP address, can we able to communicate to access the internet? Okay. So to communicate from one device to another device, simple guys. So I need to communicate with your name, Gopi. So I need to communicate with Gopi, right? Gopi, he's in hometown. He's in his hometown, right? So without knowing the Gopi numbers, can I able to communicate with Gopi? So I need a Gopi mobile number, then only I can able to communicate with the Gopi, right? So each and every guy, they have the one mobile number they're holding. So mobile numbers are unique or same? Always unique, right? So mobile numbers are unique. Clear? I hope you got it. So you have your own mobile. I'm having my own mobile number. So this is a unique number. So with the help of this mobile number, so this is logical communication, right? We are directly not communicating. So in one place, right? So maybe you are in your hometown. I am in Hyderabad. I need to speak with you. So how I am going to communicate with you? With the help of mobile number, right? Assume thus I am on mission, you are one mission. Mission means computer, okay? Don't think robots and those all stuff, right? So computer, I am on computer and you are one computer. We are in one network. We are all in one network, right? So for example, so second floor having the one LAN connectivity. All the missions that is connecting with the help of physical media, right? So full-fledgedly will have. They need to communicate one mission to another mission. For example, so I need to send the data from mission 1 to mission 2. Without contact number, how you can able to send? So and so guy, he's a mission 1. So and so guy, he's a mission 2. Like this, so it should understand, like humans. So and so mobile number, it belongs to Gopi. Then only I can able to communicate with the Gopi. If I have the contact number, then only I can able to communicate with Gopi. Like the same way in our network, also we should have the logical communication. For logical communication, we are going to use IP addresses. I hope you got it. Yes, no. So coming to IP addresses, we'll have two types of IP addresses, two versions, right? So IPv4 and IPv6. In this class, we are going to discuss about IPv4 only. Okay. So IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 is a 32-bit addressing. So 2 to the power of 32. So these many IP addresses, more than 4 million or billion. So IP addresses will have. Clear guys? In IPv4. Okay. Even though INA peoples, okay, why they introduced to us IPv6? Already we'll have the IPv4, right? IP version 4. So why people that again introduced to us IPv6? Speed. Because of IP address shortage. Very good. Okay. So who's that guy? Vijikesh. Right? IP address shortage. Guys, nowadays, many people, they're using smart devices, right? Smart mobiles. So smart televisions, smart, even washing machine also will have smart, guys. Right? So everything is smart. And few people, like a few people, they're making their smart homes also. Okay, Google, open the curtain 50%. Then we need to join in hospital. कुछ काम नहीं कर रहे ना इस वजह से, right? So we are simply sitting, Alexa. So Alexa, close the curtain 100%. यही हो रहा है अभी. Clear? So we'll have like this homes, you know. So the device also, I saw in my friend home, the device. So we need to purchase the device and we need to connect into the switchboard, and we should purchase those types of curtains and those all stuff. So if you connect the device to the Alexa or Google Mini or Google, whatever it may be, Siri like this will have now. So you can give the voice communication, then smart. So lights off, lights on, switch off, switch on fan, switch off AC. So like this we can able to manage, right? So those all smart devices. Clear, guys? Okay, leave about those all the devices. Assume this. So we have one organization. In my organization, so few employees, they are working. Clear, guys? Few employees, they are working. So maybe I'm in leave. So maybe I'm outside now. So maybe somewhere I have. So now my employees, they are working or not, I need to verify. How? We need to fix smart CC cam. That's it, no? So we need to fix the CC cam, right? Security cams we should fix. So smart CC cams will have. So if you go to the like Koti and those all, there will have the few shops. So you can purchase the like smart webcams, guys. Webcam, CC cams and those all stuff. It having the one terminal. No need to connect wires and those also. Just you can plug and play. That's it. You should provide some power. That's it. And few cameras doesn't require any power. It having the battery, right? So now I have deployed one smart CC cam into my office. So now I'm trying to watching. I'm monitoring my employees whether they're working or not. Clear, guys? How you're going to monitor with the help of your smart mobile? Clear, guys? So mobile having the one IP address. So by default, you'll have the one IP address for mobile. If you're having the internet means, so you are getting the IP address from the DHCP server. Like the same way, in my office also, we should connect the internet to the particular cam, guys. It may be wireless, it may be wired. That is a different story, right? So if you connect the internet to the particular CC cam, so the CC cam also having the one IP address. I hope you're clear. So now how we are trying to communicating from this mobile to that particular device called CC cam with the help of IP addresses. So like this, how many people are using the like this products, smart products? N number of the peoples, N number of the smart products they are utilizing nowadays. So few people, they are holding multiple mobiles. Multiple, that to smart mobiles. That's it, na? एक office के लिए, एक personal. Clear? I hope you got it. Okay. Nowadays we'll have the dual SIM. That is a different story. So wo mat bolo aap log, right? Sir, we'll have the dual SIM like that. Okay. So clear. So because of that reason, the IP address shortage it happened. So these many IP addresses utilized. So we doesn't have the IP addresses in IPv4. If it doesn't have the IP addresses, then what will happen? How you can able to communicate from one device to another device? It's a bit difficult to us, right? So because of that reason, they introduced to us IPv6. Compared to IPv4, we'll have 4 times more IP addresses in IPv6. And that too, it's a 128-bit. Guys, why people they introduced to us 128? Why not 64? Why not 254? IPv6, exactly why those peoples they introduced to us 128. Those peoples means INA. Who's providing the internet for us? INA full form will have, you can search in Google. Okay, I forgot the INA full form. I'll show you. Okay. Yes, guys. Why 128? Why not 64? Why not 254? Okay, you said because of security. So 254 is a more than 128, right? Why they introduced to us 128? Exactly. Because our devices, it will support till 128. More than 128-bit won't support. I hope you got it. Clear? If they introduce to us 64-bit, what will happen after a few days? Again, same problem will face. So because of that reason, until the end, right? So till 128, they introduced us as IPv6. Okay. India, like countries, still they're using IPv4. So Indian government, they didn't provide the full-fledged permission to utilize the IPv6, guys. I hope you got it. Still India, like countries, not only India, few countries still they're using IPv4 only. How? How, guys? So I said as of now, the IP addresses in IPv4 finish, completed, right? Yes, guys. So how still India, like countries, they're using IPv4? With the help of NAT concept. NAT, Network Address Translator. So with the help of one public IP address, you can connect 60,000 private IP addresses. Got it, guys? Using one public IP address, you can connect 60,000 private IP addresses. So we'll have two types of IP addresses, public and private. I will tell you later. So I will tell you later about public and private IP addresses. Okay. So with the help with one public IP address, you can able to connect the 60,000 private IP addresses. So because of that reason, still in India, like countries, they're using IPv4. Clear? Yes, no? Okay, guys. I hope you're clear. Yes, no? Good. So can we continue IPv4? So about IPv4, how we need to identify the IP address, what type of IP addresses will have, how many classes will have, everything we'll discuss now, right? So coming to IPv4, how many bits will have? 32 bits. In IPv4, we'll have 32 bits. Guys, please concentrate. It's very, very important session. Especially while you are trying to creating the VPCs at the time. Clear? So if you are able to understand this, what I'm trying to teaching to you people, easily you can able to understand the VPC concept. It's not a big deal. Clear? Right. So IPv4 is a 32-bit addressing. 32 means 32 bits, zeros and ones. 32 zeros and ones. Total 32 zeros and ones will have. So guys, it's a very huge combination, right? It's a very huge combination, right? So because of that reason, so what they did in the sense, they got divided into 4 octets. The total 32-bit, they got divided into 4 octets. This is 1 octet, and this is another octet, and this is 1 more octet, and this is 1 more octet. So total 32-bit, it got divided into 4 octets, each octet having 8 bits. Each octet having 8 bits. Those octets, it got divided into decimal dot notation. So this is a decimal notation. Dot. So because of that reason, our IP address, it will be looking like this. Guys, it's not exact value. So this octet having one value. So we can able to get the value. I will tell you how we need to get the values on those also. Don't worry. Usually in internet, you will have the calculator. So if you want to can calculate binary to numerical, calculator will have. So otherwise, I'll show you how we need to calculate manually, right? So let's see here. So how many octets will have? 4 octets. Total 32-bit. 32 is a very lengthy combination. 32 bits is a very lengthy combination. Because of that reason, they got divided into 4 octet. So each octet having 8 bits. So these many combinations will have, guys. Because of that reason, they got divided into 4 octets. Each octet having 8 bits. So each octet, it got divided to decimal dot notation. right? Clear? So each octet 8-bit means this is a formula 2 to the power of 8. How many combinations will have in each octet? 256 combinations will have in each octet. Clear? So 256 combinations will have in each octet. So this octet having 0 to 255. So this octet also having 0 to 255, and this octet also having 0 to 255, and this is also having 0 to 255. Clear? So how many octets? 4 octets. So each octet having 0 to 255 combinations. Clear? 0 to 255 also it's a huge value. So who's going to connect the like more than 255 missions in a network, guys? Right? So clear? So this is also huge value, 0 to 55 combinations also. So because of that reason, they did IP address classification. They did IP address classification. So now the total 0 to 255, they got divided into 5 classes. Got it, guys? Total 0 to 255. So they got divided into 5 classes. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class E. Clear? So Class A 0 to 127. Class B 128 to 191. Class C 192 to 223. Class D 224 to 239. Class E 240 to 255. Right? How they did the IP address classification, guys? How many people you know? Just blindly you are going to read that class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223. So class D 224 to 239, class E 240 to 55. Even me also in initial stage, I doesn't know really. At the time while I'm trying to attending the interview, I'm going to buy ahead those all the classes. If I'm attending the interview, while I'm attending the interview, I'm going to forget. So what is a class B value, class B value? What is a class A value? So we should know in which basis they define the class range, right? Then you are going to get clear. Easily you can able to understand. Oh, this is a logic we'll have because of that reason. Class A, they are providing 0 to 127 like that. Which basis? IP address classification done with the help of priority bit. Priority bit, guys. Using priority bit. IP address classification, how they did? Using the priority bit, guys. Okay. So yes, Gauss, you are asking something I'm unable to understand. 2 to the power of 8, 2 to the power of 6 means? 2 to the power of 8 means 256. 128 then. So I'm coming. So please concentrate here, okay? So maybe if you know, then it's good. If you doesn't know, it's very good. Right? So let's see here. 0 is a priority bit for class A. 10 is a priority bit for class B. 110 is a priority bit for class C. 1110 is a priority bit for class D, and 1111 is a priority bit for class E. So what is a priority bit? The most significant bit of the first octet we are going to call priority bit. Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to call as a priority bit, right? Okay, good. So now class A, class B, class C. Class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN purpose. Got it, guys? Class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN purpose. Class D, so this is for multicasting. Class D for multicasting. Class E for research and development, R&D purpose. Class B and class E as a administrator, we are not going to use. So as an administrator, we are going to manage the LAN and WAN. That's it. No? So class A, class B, and class C, we are going to manage. No need to bother about the class D and class C. Clear? Yes, no. So now my question is, how they define the class range? So why class A 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? Yes, guys. Why class A 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? And which basis they define the class range? With the help of priority bit. Okay. So 0 is a priority bit for class A. 10 is a priority bit. 0 is a priority bit for class A. So 10 is a priority bit for class B. 110 is a priority bit for class C. 111 is a priority bit for class D. And 1111 is a priority bit for class C. So how many bits will have? 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bits, 4 bits, and 4 bits. Clear? Now, how you will get this priority bit? We should know that, right? So how we'll get this priority bit? Okay, IP addresses classification done by priority bit, done using by priority bit. So how we'll get this priority bit? First of all, with the help of binary calculation. With the help of binary calculation. How many people you know binary calculation? Who belongs to EEE? So EEE people is there? No? Binary calculator. So everybody they know, so they are going to use the binary calculator from internet. So how we are going to calculate, we should know, no? So usually anyway we are using the calculators, that is a different story, right? So let's see one small binary calculation I will teach you. So 2 to the power of 2, how much, guys? 4. It's a numerical calculation, right? It's a numerical calculation. So 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4, right? So can we able to write this calculation into the binary? We can able to write the calculation into the binary. So 2 to the power of how much? 2. That means 2 bits. 2 to the power of 2 means 2 bits will have. Combination. First combination 0 0. First 2 bits, na? 2 zeros. Next combination 0 1. Third combination 1 0. Fourth combination 1 1. Finish. After 1 1 we won't have anything. So 0 0 is equal to 0. 0 1 is equal to 1. 1 0 is equal to 2. 1 1 is equal to 3. How many combinations will have? Total 4 combinations. I hope you got it. How we need to convert the numerical calculation into the binary. So 2 to the power of 2 means power 2, 2 bits. How many bits will have in each octet? 8. That means 2 to the power of 8. 256 combinations, right? So let's see here. So 2 to the power of 8. So how many bits? 8 bits. 8 zeros is equal to 0. 7 zeros, 1 is equal to 1. 6 zeros, 1 0 is equal to 2. So like this, if you try to calculating, so in one place after 0, everything it will become 1s. So this 0 we are going to call most significant bit of the first octet. I hope you got it, guys. So those zeros are priority bit. Based on the 0, we define the class range 0 to 127. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Right? So if you're calculating after 0, everything it will become 1s. That is 127. So 0 to 127 is a range for class A. So this is a priority bit for class A. 0 is a priority bit. Again, I'm continuing the calculation. So after 1, again, it will become all zeros. That is 128. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 129. Then after 1 0, everything it will become 1, that is 191. So class B priority bit 1 0. Class B priority bit is 1 0. Now range 128 to 191. Same like this if you try to calculating. So 192 to 223, 110, 110, 1111. I hope you got it, guys. So let's see here. Simple. So 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4, right? So how many bits will have 2 bits? So 2 zeros is equal to 0. 0 1 is equal to 1. 1 0 is equal to 2. 11 is equal to 3. Clear? I hope you got it. Like the same way, 2 to the power of 8 we are doing, that's it. Okay. Okay, guys. Actually, this is a reason behind. So IP address, how you're getting the, like how they define the range in the sense 0 to 126. This is a reason with the help of this binary calculation. Clear? Okay. I will teach you one small normal calculation. With the help of those calculation also, we can able to get the class range. It's very easy. For example, if you're writing the competitive exams, at the time, you need to do the binary calculations. It's a bit difficult to you people. So because of that reason, guys, first of all, don't by heart the IP address range. Class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223, class D 224 to 239, class C 240 to 255, like this. Don't by heart. So just remember those priority bits. That is enough. Class A priority bit, how much? Class B priority bit. So class C priority bit. So class D priority bit. So class C priority 1111. Just remember those priority bits. That is enough. You need to remember. Okay, right. How many octets will have? 4 octets will have. Each octet having how many bits? 8 bits. In each octet having 8 bits, each bit having one value. Each bit having one value, right? So just I have given all zeros, guys. If you want, you can use 1 0 also, it's not a problem. Okay, 8 zeros, that means 8 bits. That means 1 octet. Clear, guys? So 8 bits will have. So I have given 8 zeros. If you want, you can give 1 zeros also, it's not a problem. Okay. So now each bit having one value, guys. So this bit value is 2 to the power of 0. It's a fixed value. So this bit value is 2 to the power of 1. So this bit value is 2 to the power of 2. This bit value is 2 to the power of 3. So this bit value 2 to the power of 4. So this bit value 2 to the power of 5. This bit value 2 to the power of 6. And this bit value is 2 to the power of 7. Clear? I hope you got it. So those are all the fixed value. Remember those values. That's very easy to remember, right? So 2 to the power of 7, 2 to the power of 6, 2 to the power of 5, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 1, and 2 to the power of 0. Total 8 bits, each bit having those values, right? Okay. So you need to remember priority bit as well as those values, right? So class A, how many priority bits will have? That means 1 bit. That's it now. 0 means 1 bit, right? So 1 bit. So this is the first bit in our octet, right? This is the first bit in our octet. So this first bit value, how much? How much? 2 to the power of 7, right? Yes, no. So this bit value is 2 to the power of 7. 2 to the power of 7 means 128. Got it? 0 to 127. If you're writing from the 0, we should do -1, right? Simple logic. 0 to 127 is a range for class A. Simply we got a no need to do any binary calculation here. Just you need to remember the priority bits and you need to remember the bit value. 8 bits will have each bit it having the one value. So first bit having the value equal to the power of 7. 2 to the power of 7 means 128. 128 combinations. I'm writing from the 0 to 127. Class A range, I hope you got it. Yes, no. It's very simple. Right. So class B range I need. So how many priority bit will have for class B? 2 bits. 2 bits, right? 1, 0, 2 bits. First bit plus second bit. 127, sorry, 2 to the power of 7 and 2 to the power of 6. How much? 128 plus 64, 192. So we are writing from 0. So because of that reason, so it will end with 127 and we need to start with 128. And we are writing from 0 now. Because of that reason, we should do minus 1, right? Got it. 128 to 191. This is a class B range. I hope you're clear, guys. Next, 3 bits, class C. 128 plus 64 plus 32. 224. Right? 192 to 223. Because we should do minus 1. We are writing from 0. I hope you got it. So now class D. 1110. How many bits? 4. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16. How much? 240. So 224 to 239. And doesn't need to calculate now. So more than 255 it doesn't have. So always class is a 240 to 255. That's it. Simple. I hope you're clear, guys. No need to depend on binary calculation. No need to by heart the IP address range, class range. So really, if you're explaining like this to your interviewer who's taking the interview, definitely he's going to impress. You are in job. Got it, guys? So definitely they will ask about IP addresses. Without asking the IP addresses, without asking the networking concept, so you doesn't have the interview, right? Okay, I hope you're clear. So how we'll get the IP address classification? So don't by heart the IP addresses. So class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223, and class D 224 to 239, 240 to 255, class D like this. Don't by heart. So you should do this calculation. Clear? Good. So as of now, I hope you're clear. Do you have any doubts, any questions? Yes, guys. Yes. Okay, guys, let's see here. So I hope you're clear about IP addresses, right? Okay. Guys, this octet, it got divided into network and host positions. How many octets will have? Total 4 octets will have, no? Those octet, it got divided into network and host position. Class A, 1 network and 3 hosts. Class A, 1 network and 3 hosts. Class B, 2 networks and 2 hosts. Class C, 3 networks and 1 host. Class A, 1 network, 3 hosts. Class B, 2 networks, 2 hosts. And class C, 3 networks and 1 host. Just you need to remember this. Okay. So network and host positions. Classes, it got divided in class A, it got divided into 1 network and 3 hosts. The host possibilities will have in class A. So class B, 2 networks and 2 hosts. Class C, 3 networks and 1 host. Right. Guys, so this is a first floor and it's a second floor and it's a third floor. First floor people, they should not communicate with second floor people. The second floor people, they should not communicate with third floor people, and third floor people, they should not communicate with again first floor. That means we should not have the communication between those classes. So how we doesn't have the communication between those classes, guys? With the help of subnet mask. With the help of subnet mask. If you're assigning the IP address, so we need to assign the subnet mask. It's a mandatory. Clear? Right? So how you will get the default subnet mask for class A, class B, and class C? Make a note. All the network bits, it should become 1s. All host bits, it should become 0. That is a default subnet mask for class. All network bits, it will become 1s. In network place, we should keep 1. In host place, we need to keep 0. That is a default subnet mask. Right? All the network bits, it will become 1s. All host bits, it will become 0s. So that is a default subnet mask for classes. Class A, how many networks will have? How many hosts will have? 3 hosts. All the network octets, it should become 1. So 1 network octet will have, we should provide 8 ones. 8 ones value blindly remember 255. 8 ones means 255. That's it. Clear? 8 ones dot 8 zeros, 8 zeros and 8 zeros. I hope you got it. 8 1 value is 255. So 255 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. I hope you got it. So this is a default subnet mask for class A. Got it? It's a default subnet mask for class A. So class B default subnet mask, 2 hosts, 2 networks and 2 hosts. So 8 1s dot 8 1s, then 80 dot 8 zeros, 255 dot 255 dot 0 dot 0. So class C, 3 networks and 1 host. So 3 1s and 1 0. So 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0. So those are all the default subnet masks. Right? Many people, they are going to buy hard the subnet mask. Don't do like that. In Windows operating system, by default, will take the subnet mask, guys. But in Linux, it won't take. We need to provide the subnet mask manually. Clear? So remember this. Yes, no. I hope you got it. Right. So IP addresses, it got divided into 2 types. One is public, another one is private. Class A, 10.0.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255. So this is a class A range. Class B, 172.16.0.02, 172.32.255.255. Coming to class C, 192.168.0.02, 192.168.255.255. Remember those range. Those all public range, public IP addresses. Apart from this, everything is a private. Private for right. So clear, guys? Yeah. So those all public IP addresses. Public for internet, private for intranet. Private for intranet. Clear? Yes, no? Internet means public IP address. Private IP address means intranet, local IP address, internal purpose. So how we need to get the, how we need to know the private IP addresses? How we need to get the private IP address, guys? ipconfig, or otherwise in Windows ipconfig, coming to Linux ifconfig or IPADDR. How you will get the public IP address? If you doesn't have the public IP address, you won't get the internet connectivity. How you will get the public IP address? Open the Google, type what is my IP. Then you'll get one IP address, that is a public IP address. Got it? Yes, no? Right. While you try to creating the instances, you'll have the two IP addresses, private and public. Abhi yaad aaya kuch to bhi? Why public IP address? Why private IP address? If you're launching the EC2 instance, if you launch the EC2 instance having the two IP address by default. One is public, another one is private. Clearly they mentioned there. So public IP address and private IP address like this. How you're going to access the EC2 instance? With the help of public or private? Public. So why public IP address? Why not private? Because your EC2 instance, it having somewhere into the availability zone. That means somewhere into the, for example, Indian availability zone is Mumbai, right? So in Mumbai, we created one instance. We are in Hyderabad. How you are going to access the Mumbai instance into your Hyderabad mission? Without internet, it's possible. Because of that reason, we are using public IP address. Private IP address, internal purpose. In Mumbai, we created one VPC. We need to communicate. Maybe in VPC, I have created 4 to 5 missions. We should communicate internally. Then we are going to use private IP address. Got it? Right. So this is a calculation, simple formula, right? So let's see, guys, here. How many networks will have in each class? How many hosts we can able to connect into the each network? We need to know. For example, maybe one guy, he's starting one startup. You're an administrator. So you need to deploy the one network. How you're going to deploy the network? Simply you're going to deploy the network. You're going to assign any IP address for the network. If you're assigning any IP address for that network, what will happen in the sense? Broadcast it will happen. Sometimes network it is going to down. So we need to know how many IP addresses will have, how many networks will have, how many hosts we can able to connect into the each network, which class is a preferable class. Guys, always class C is a preferable class. Always class C is a preferable network. So to deploy the network, people, they're going to use maximum class C only, because we'll have the more networks in class C. Let's see, I'll show you. In class A, how many networks will have, how many hosts will have, we are going to finding now. Okay. So class A, how many networks will have, guys? How many network octets will have? One network octet will have the one network octet having 8 bits. That's it, no? Each octet having the 8 bits. So how many host octets will have? 3. 3 8s are 24. So priority bit is a 0, 1 bit, right? So we need those values, right? Now, so network formula. So how many networks will have, we need to identify. We have one formula called 2 to the power of n minus p. Guys, this is a formula. Actually, this minus 2 only for class A, not for class B and class C. I will tell you what is that minus 2. So 2 to the power of n minus p is a formula. I'm trying to substituting those values into that formula. So 2 to the power of n minus p. N minus p means n value how much? 8. 2 to the power of 8, p value 1, 0 means 1 bit. So 8 minus 1. So minus 2. What is this minus 2? Guys, one is unknown network, another one is loopback network. 0.0.0.0 is an unknown network. We are not going to use like this network. Are you going to use like this network? 0.0.0.0? No. And 127.0.0.0 is a loopback network. So loopback network also we are not going to use in our organizations. So what is the use of loopback IP address in the sense? To check the outgoing traffic. Simple, guys. Your NIC card, whether it is working or not properly, we need to check in a sense. So you should execute this command called ping space 127.0.0.1. Right? So ping 127.0.0.1. Clear? So if you're getting the reply from this IP address, that means your NIC card it's working properly. If you're not getting the reply from this IP address, you have some problem with your NIC card, you need to replace the NIC card. See, outgoing and incoming traffic, how you're going to get with the help of NIC card only, no? Network interface card. If you're sending the data, if you're receiving the data through NIC card itself only, we can able to send and we can able to receive. So if it is not working properly, how you can able to send the data? Incoming and outgoing traffic, to check the incoming and outgoing traffic. Right? So that network also we are not going to assign permissions, right? Okay. So because of that reason, we are doing -2 here. Because of that reason, we're doing -2 here. Right? Okay. So how many networks will have? 126 networks will have in class A. So we can able to deploy the 126 networks with the help of class A. Clear? Yes, no? How many hosts we can able to connect into the each network? So this is a host formula, 2 to the power of h minus 2. 2 to the power of h minus 2. This -2 is one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Guys, if you go to any network, you'll have the network ID and broadcast ID. For example, so this is class A network, right? So class A, it will start from 10. So private network. So 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255 total network. All the host bits, if it is become 0, that is network ID. The network ID we are not going to assign permissions. The network ID we are going to identify the network. That's it. With the help of network ID, we are going to identify the network. We are not going to assign the network ID permissions. All the host bits, if it is become 0, that is network ID. All the host bits, if it is become 1s, that is broadcast ID. In each and every network having network ID and broadcast ID. Clear? So network ID means all host bits it should become 0. All host bits, if it is become once, that is broadcast ID. So in between, we'll have valid IP addresses 1 to 254. Only those valid IP addresses we are going to assign for missions in a network. Got it, guys? So only those valid IP addresses we are going to assign for missions in a network 1 to 254. Right? We are not going to assign network ID. We're not going to assign broadcast ID. So because of that reason, we are doing -2 there. So one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Right? So because of that reason, we are doing -2 here. Clear? Right? So 2 to the power of h 24 -2. These many hosts we can able to connect into the each network. These many hosts in one network. Like this, how many networks will have? 126 networks will have. I hope you got it, guys. Like the same way here also, same formula, but don't give -2 here because we doesn't have the unknown network and loopback network. So 2 to the power of n minus p is enough. So 2 network 16 and 2 host 16. 16, we need to submit those all the stuff like 2 to the power of 16 minus 2, 2 to the power of 14, and these many networks we can able to deploy with the help of class B. In this network, in each network, we can able to deploy these many hosts. 2 to the power of 16 minus 2. H value is 16 only, no? Because 2 hosts. So priority value is 1, 0. So 2 is a priority value here, right? So these many hosts we can able to connect into the each network. Right, same like in class C. 24, because 3 networks, no? 3 8s are 24, 8 hosts, then 3 priority bit, same formula. So these many networks we can able to deploy. Then these many hosts, 2 to 54 hosts we can able to connect into the each network. Clear, guys? I hope you got it. Yes, no. So which one is a preferable network now? Class C. Why? Because guys, if you want to can create small networks, you doesn't have the broadcasting if you're having the small network. So if you try to making like more than 200 missions into the one network, more than 400 missions into the network, so at the time preferable class is class B and class A you can take, because we'll have the 2 hosts and here we'll have the 3 hosts, right? So you need to deploy the 400 missions into the one network. In the sense, class B is a preferable. You need to deploy more than 400 and class A is a preferable. But don't deploy these many missions into the one network, because while you try to sending the packet at the time, the broadcasting it will happening like so the packet it is traveling a little bit slowly, so we'll get the more broadcasting, and sometimes network also it will down, right? I hope you got it. So this is all about IPv4. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about subnetting. Don't miss subnetting concept. So in VPC we're going to create subnets, right? /16 to /28. I will teach tomorrow that why we need to provide /16 and /28 and those all stuff. Okay. So why any router default IP address is, see, Anupam, only Wi-Fi router it having the default router, default IP address, because we'll have the very less network, na? We'll have the less missions, like we can able to in home network itself only, in home router itself only we'll have. Usually in Cisco routers, we are going to configure according to our requirement. Got it? I said, no, C, class C is a preferable network because of the reason they are providing. So 192.168.1.1. Guys, without IP addresses, you are unable to access the device. Router also one device, right? It should have the one IP address to access the, because of that reason it having. Clear? Okay, so if you having any doubts, any questions, please. More hosts than more income to government. Maybe. So more host means if you're connecting the more host into the one network, always it is going to down, na? Frequently, right? Okay, so see you guys, see you tomorrow. So tomorrow don't miss, and not only tomorrow. So what we are discussing now, all the sessions are very, very important, right? Maximum I'm going to finish, so let's give me 1 minute. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow networking finish. So Saturday I'm going to finish networking concept, and Monday SSH, Tuesday archiving and backup, Wednesday boot process, Thursday, Friday scripting. 24 and 25th. Maximum 25th is our last class, right? So not this Friday, upcoming Friday. So hardly 1 week we'll have. Clear? Okay guys, see you tomorrow. Bye, take care, stay home, stay safe.